Hello, I'm Mireia, and today we are going to talk about leadership for young people. In order to do that, we have a special guest, Olga, who will interview on this topic. Hello, Olga. Thank you very much for coming. How are you?
Hello. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is a privilege, and I'm happy to share and to tell you as much as I can.
Yeah, that's really good. A good attitude. As we do in all our interviews, I will start asking you to do a short presentation of yourself so our audience know a bit more about you.
Yeah, with pleasure. So my name is Olga Lukina, and I'm working from Brussels in YMCA Europe as Executive Secretary for Movement Strengthening. Actually, I want to start this presentation from telling that I was born in the Soviet Union.
Oh,
can you imagine it? So it looks like that was a dinosaur era, but probably I do not look like a dinosaur.
No, not.
Yes. So why I'm telling it? I tell it so to emphasize that that Europe is really changing. Yeah, and change is happening every day, and we as civil society organizations really need to understand it and to adapt to this change, because for us this is super important. Soviet Union was not so long ago.
Mm-hmm. And like, as you said, you're working in YMCA Europe. Can you tell us a bit more about this association, what it is, what you do?
Yeah, with pleasure. So I entered the sphere of civil society organizations in 1999. So I'm a Belarusian myself. So I've been living in Belarus for almost all my life. I entered YMCA in 2000. And I was a volunteer, and I was coordinating different projects. I was in the governance sphere, I was in the management, in local, national, and international level. So it means that now when we are talking about leadership and management, I have super practical background to share with young leaders of civil society organizations. In YMCA Europe, we unite 37 national organizations, which actually embrace near 2 million young people all over Europe.
Wow. Okay.
So definitely it's huge capacity and variety of programs and services that YMCAs in Europe are providing. They're different. Camps, education, creative program, scouting, advocacy. Now, of course, there is a big focus on helping people who are fleeing from Ukraine, so response to refugee crisis. This is what we have managed to change the focus very quickly, and so to provide very relevant response to the community. So
yes, it's really important now.
And as YMCA Europe, we also we have ongoing projects like Roots for Peace, like Leadership Academy, educational project for young people, digital inclusion project, digital safety and well-being, youth-led solutions. This is opportunity for young people to implement their own projects on such topics as mental health, as justice, democracy, future of jobs, and so on.
So you have a lot of projects, actually.
Yes, lots of things are going on.
And actually, we know that one of the priorities of YMCA this year is the youth empowerment. What are you doing exactly to achieve this goal, to promote youth participation and empowerment?
Yeah, so the project that I mentioned, they are definitely like for youth and by youth. We really try to keep them relevant, and we are adjusting them to current realities. Because now when we are educating young leaders, of course, we make a focus for those organizations who are working with the refugees and other vulnerable groups. So we need to strengthen the capacity of organizations so they can provide even bigger impact, even better services for their local communities. We also have some internal spaces, like youth empowerment space, Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
yes, network, yes, youth empowerment space. This is a place where youth can voice their opinion, where they can discuss things, come up with ideas. Also, we have YMCA policy group. This is a place where people can really promote their ideas, advocate, raise their voice. So
It's nice, and it's like live or it's online, or how is it?
So it was online for for a while. Yeah, mostly of course we are meeting online, but when there is opportunity to meet,
You will move to live.
yes.
Nice. And how have all these actions been welcome for the young people? Like, are they active on these subjects? Are they participating?
Yes, of course, and we observe that youth is super talented.
Mhm.
They're super smart, and most of them are proactive. And those who know what they want,
Yes.
they are really doing great. They just need a little bit of our support, and that's it. But we also understand that working with very diverse target groups, we understand that some young people really need support.
Mhm.
Support, and so some glimpse of confidence, and just be nearby and tell, hey, you are doing great. You will manage.
Being supportive.
Yes, just act. Yeah, you have wonderful ideas. You can develop this project. We are nearby to help you, to support. You can do it. And yeah.
And you mentioned before that you have in YMCA Europe, you have this leadership academy.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about this project?
Yeah, with pleasure. So Leadership Academy is an educational project, and we are doing it for several years already. And we created it because we understand that we need to support civil society organizations in Europe with not only active and motivated leaders, but also with leaders who know very specific things about management of civil society organizations. And this is not what is included like in university studies everywhere.
Sure.
And this is very specific knowledge. So we elaborated the course where actually a person can learn from A to Z about civil society organizations.
Okay.
Why they exist, what is their function in the society. What the role of leaders of civil society organizations in the communities? What is the mission? How to build a mission? What is strategic plan and how to build strategic planning? What is youth participation? How to design a project? How to implement, evaluate it, and so on.
So covering everything.
Exactly, what governance is, and how to make a governance transparent, accountable, democratic, so youth is fully included, what advocacy is, and how to develop advocacy campaign. So pretty good pack of super useful practical knowledge.
And also, like right now, you have the 2022 online courses open. Who can participate and how can they participate?
Yeah, so traditionally we were running it offline. Of course, we were meeting because my passion is non-formal education. I believe in non-formal education. I am a trainer myself, so I know that like really this group dynamics create miracles in the group. But in 2020. In March, when we all had tickets to fly, we realized that we cannot fly anywhere.
Sadly.
Yeah, and we started to think, okay, what to do. We decided firmly that we need to provide it because there was a group ready and motivated. So we didn't give up. We are proud of ourselves, and we decided to put the theory to online platform.
Okay.
So actually the participants can study materials themselves in their like free time with their own pace. And at the online sessions when we meet in a synchronized way, So we can just discuss the things and we can engage, we can communicate, because intercultural learning and engagement and cooperation is a super important thing in all this process. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and somehow it appeared and somehow it was built. Lots of theoretical inputs, exercises like tasks, space to reflect, to provide your own opinion, to doubt some things, also to put under the question. And so it is open now.
And it's open for everybody, or it's just
for everybody? It means that any person in this world who has internet and a phone, because there is an app with this platform which we have chosen, and like can go and learn. It's in English. It's in English.
That's also really important, open for everybody, and nice. And like related to all this topic of leadership, do you think that young people know how to manage these leadership skills and how to develop them?
There is lots of information now, really a lot of information. What is important is to build the systematic knowledge. And what we observe sometimes young leaders lack them. So they have different pieces of puzzles, but this is important to build the overall picture. And so this knowledge is connected to the current realities, to the world where we are living, because the world is really like changing, and we need always to think critically. You know, to step back, to think critically, to look around, okay, what's going on, what I'm doing. Am I doing right things, or the world has changed and I need to change as well? So this kind of soft skills is very important, and also to keep to keep the balance, to keep the balance of everything, and to try to match the realities.
So the first steps to manage like these skills, which would you say they are?
Critical thinking, flexibility and adaptability, being open to systematic knowledge, try to build synergies. And I would also mention smart intergenerational approach. So I would say that very often youth is super ambitious, and they know what they're doing, and this is great. This is super great. But in reality, we are all of different generations, and sometimes older generations possess lots of useful knowledge, and they are a great resource. And it's really wise and smart to take experience and knowledge from them, because just because they are older, sometimes they can tell something.
So a change between different generations is also really important.
I think yes, but in a smart way.
Yes, of course. So we are going to the end of our interview. Just to conclude, I will ask you if you maybe have a final message for the people watching this interview.
I think that I mentioned pretty much, and I guess that I would like to come back to the beginning and tell that the world is changing. Every day the world is changing, and this is so important to be flexible, adaptive, possessing critical thinking, and also to keep balance, to keep good balance in everything, and first of all, in yourself.
Yes, really important message. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
The same. Thank you.